Like I said, we are God's chosen people, and most of us don't know that.
Right.
There's a reason why we don't know that. Let me get that
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
See that? God said we kindled a fire in his eye that's going to burn forever.
Right.
We're going to serve our enemy in the land that we know is not. Where is that land? That land is the United States of America.
That's right.
He didn't say we were going to serve our friends. He said our enemies. That's what you have to realize. We do have enemies over here.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 6. I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
Nobody realized that we the Israelites. The remembrance of it have ceased among men, like the scriptures say.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said a whole bunch of curses going to come upon us and overtake us. We're going to get some of these curses, and we're going to see who these curses fit.
Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field.
Cursed shall we be in the city, and cursed in the field. You look around every major city in the United States and see who cursed. Who the last time first fire.
Right.
Who get shot down in the street.
Right.
Killing each other and getting killed by the police.
Right.
That's us. That's being cursed in the city. Well, we cursed in the field. You think about it. In slavery, in that sugarcane field, in that tobacco field, in that cotton field.
That's right.
That's a curse that was put on us.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
Whose sons and daughters were given to another people? And no might was in our hand to get them back. It don't take a rocket scientist.
Right.
That happened to us, the Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. There's a curse that God is using to let you know that you are indeed the Israelite that the Bible speaks of. Going back to what I said earlier, you are not black, you are not African American, you're not Mexican, and you're not Native American. Those are names that were put on us by the oppressor.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
These curses are going to be upon us for a wonder and a sign, and upon thy seed forever. I mean, they always going to be there.
Right.
Until we decide to come back and start doing these commandments, and then the curses will be lifted. But that's the only way.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Right.
Thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Who oppressed and spoiled? That's us. All day, 24/7, oppressed and spoiled. I don't care how much money you make, what kind of job you got. As a whole, we are oppressed and spoiled. Only one way to come up out of that. And like I said, just start keeping the commandment. Which seems like we don't want to do, but it's going to happen. Slowly but surely, it's going to happen. And the curses eventually will be lifted. That's what we all want, but we don't want to do what we got to do to get them lifted.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
We don't serve the Lord with joy.
Right?
I don't see why not. We should serve the true God with joy. I might say that false God with joy, but the real God we don't serve with joy.
We serve Christmas.
Right. You serve Christmas, Thanksgiving. You ain't gonna serve that one true God.
That's right. Bring it out.
And he ain't gonna serve you until you serve him. That's why we living like we live. Most of us not serving him. He said he was gonna go and return to his place until we recognize our offense.
Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place until they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
See that in your affliction, you're gonna seek him early. When your children got shot up, you ain't prayed in 3 years, but now you're praying to the Lord to make sure your child make it.
You know?
He's gonna turn his face against that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 29 verse 13. Wherefore, the Lord said, for as much as these people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
See that? We always talk about how much we love the Lord, sing a song for the Lord. You do anything for the Lord, which is a lie, because you ain't doing nothing for the Lord.
Right?
He said you honor him with your lips. Basically telling you talk is cheap. That's basically what he's saying. You gotta show some action toward what you're saying. Recognize your offense.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 36. And the Lord shall bring thee and the king which thou shalt set over thee unto another nation, which neither thou nor thy father have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
He said we're going to become an astonishment among all nations. Astonishment is when another group of people look at you and your people like, y'all they ain't SHIT. Look how low they live. Why they live like that? Why they stay in the poorest parts of the neighborhood? And they'll laugh at it. That's an astonishment. But that astonishment is like we say, a curse what God has put on us. They don't do it. Some of them do. They think we just like this just because. But one God said it's gonna happen. And it been happening right before your eyes since you came into this world.
Right. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Say you're going to serve your enemy. And your enemy going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck until you have been destroyed. When was that yoke of iron on our neck?
Right.
The yoke of iron was on our neck during slavery. You see it in all the slave movies. They walk around with their yoke of iron on their neck with a chain hooked up to it. And he said he wasn't going to remove that yoke of iron until we were destroyed.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 8. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
What?
Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease before us. Wherefore, thus said the Lord, Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be unto you as a bridge ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly and instant.
See that? Said Israel want to hear smooth words. Y'all don't want to hear thus said the Lord. Y'all want to hear something to make y'all feel good instead of something that's going to get us eternal life. Like the pastor preach that feel good talk. The Bible ain't meant to make you feel good. It's meant to make you get right with the Lord.
That's right.
Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 25. I have heard what the prophet said that prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yeah, they are prophets of deceit of their own heart.
Prophets of the seed of their own heart. You gotta stop listening to some of these pastors. They're not preaching thus says the Lord. We'll go sit up in the church 2-3 hours on a Sunday and listen at the preacher preach, and he only read 1 or 2 scriptures.